Tater Dom. Lots of samples to go through. Lots. I don't know where to start. I think I'm going to just abracadabra. Somebody in here, pick a number 1 through 3. 1 through 3. How's it going, Jim? 1 through 3. Pick a number, and I'm going to pick a bottle from that box. 3. 3 it is. Random bottle. All right. We're starting with a New Riff single barrel pick. Love New Riff single barrels. 112 proof on this one. Not the highest. What's up, Chris? But yeah, you picked number 3, and we chose a random for number 3. These little things, dude. I don't know if I could throw these away or not. I don't know what to do. What do y'all do with those? I mean, it's not the most annoying thing in the world just to put it back. All right. Coming from Dodds. Dodds is a store up north near the Denver area. This one's aged 5 years, 112 proof. And he wrote on here that he paid $50. First pour of the day, night. There we go. Ooh, this smells better than the one I have right now. Any you ever tried these New Riff single barrels? They're pretty damn good. No, this is way... This probably is one of the better ones I've had. New Riff single barrels, man. Look, the ones that I really enjoy from New Riff that I tried recently is their malted rye. Was it their malted rye? That one, it tastes like a Jolly Rancher. This tastes like a... Hang on. This kind of reminds me of a Buffalo Trace product. Like, very similar notes, super sweet. It's almost like an Eagle Rare at 110 proof. Or 112 proof. That's what I'm tasting on this. New Riff, man. They're crushing it. Damn good at bourbon and rye. Yeah, easily. If you can find a New Riff single barrel pick at one of these stores, you got to get on that. It is fantastical. I gotta make it up there or something. I need another one. I got about this much left in my New Riff bottle. Oh my God, they're making good stuff. What's up, Gorilla? That's hitting. Sips at its proof. I wouldn't say it's too far. Yeah, it sips at 112 proof. Nothing wrong with that. Caleb, I saw that. I like to message anytime that someone joins the Patreon. I like to send you a message right away, just thanking you. I know it's kind of weird, like learning not the Patreon algorithm, but kind of how the app works. I really appreciate you for joining the Patreon. So, yeah, I sent you a message on there, and we have a chat on there, a message. I try to post stuff almost once a day, if not more. I didn't type that. That's weird. Was it Jim that picked number 3? Yeah. That was a good first pick, Jim. Good bottle to start with. Money. I'm going to keep this one out. Right here. Anybody else? Pick a number. 1, 2, or 3. We're going to pick a random bottle.
It was me, man.
Oh, okay. Can you turn that down? Chris Jenkins just joined Patreon as well. Look at that. Just joined. Yeah, thank you for that, Chris. I'll make sure to send you a little message on there, a little thank you, but I really appreciate you for joining the Patreon. We got some good videos on Patreon, like a Hancock's review. We have a JT Mellick review, a couple other behind the scenes stuff that is just super fun. Sean said 1, box number 1, random bottle, Bardstown Origin Bourbon, 6-year, 96 proof, coming at $50. So another back-to-back good pick. Just picking random from the... I will say, if I pick one bottle on... I guess it would be on accident. I'm not going to try that today. We are doing a full video on it. We have a sample of Mr. Sam. A lot of people don't even know about Mr. Sam, but if you do know, you know. I have Dickel in here, somewhere in here, and it was pretty dang good. I don't think I'd buy it, but it was good. All right, Bardstown Origin, 6-year, $50. I love Bardstown too. I think Bardstown, New Riff, they're gonna have big years this year. I mean, Bardstown had a pretty big past couple of years, to be fair, but whoa, it smells way lighter. Dude, someone told me not to do this. Don't know why. Some people say it hurts the whiskey. You get a much better smell if you kind of shake it up a little bit. This smells like the Still Austin Cask Strength I have, but there's no way because it's only 96 proof. But it does smell similar. Definitely could taste a little bit of that corn. A little bit of corn, some raisin note in there. So maybe that's just grain that I'm tasting. Smooth. It's nice. Also, just want to say, Chris, Caleb, for those of you that joined the Patreon today, our barrel pick already got dumped. That barrel's already dumped and bottled. It's going to be ready very soon. Talk to Bourbon Outfitters, and I will have the link sent to me when they get the bottles. So once that happens, anyone on Patreon, no limit, as many bottles as you want of that. It is quite fantastic. So have that coming out exclusively for Patreon. If it doesn't sell out on Patreon, then we will go and release it to the public. So that's a big thing too. Congrats. If y'all are interested in getting a barrel pick, it's the first one on the channel. An SJ? What is that? This is nice. I'm going to have to give the number 1 seed so far to this one, this New Riff, but this one is nice. Chris, what's the pick of? Yes, so early on in the channel, we filmed a video at Distillery Acadian, their Cajuns cut bourbon. It's a grain to glass type of distillery in Louisiana, super small, and it's actually the first ever bourbon to come out of Louisiana. So we have that one coming up. Spin job, swirl job, okay. Yeah, so Cajun's cut pick is the one. I think it is a little over 120 proof. It's crazy. It's like a perfect cigar cut, if you will. Yeah, man, we'll have it. Gorilla Glue. I think you said 2. We're going with number 2 next. I'm not going crazy with these pours either. Really want to try to taste as many of these as possible every night. So not every night, but every night that we do it live, so that way we can film the process and pick out kind of what I really like. Do you know the price yet? I think it'll be around 60, 65. Yeah, 60 or $65. And obviously, y'all either can use my code or the link that we sent out will save you additional money as well. Are we going with number 2 next? We're going to pick from box number 2. That's what Gorilla said. So I'm going to just pick a random bottle. I can't see the labels or anything. We're just going to go random. Ammunition bourbon. Never heard. Maybe I've heard of it. That sounds familiar, but definitely never tried it. And it sounds like something I'm going to like. Finished in Cabernet casks. It is MGP, but it is only 90 proof. Any of you ever tried ammunition? I like a good MGP. I love a good MGP. So we'll see what this one is hitting for. It's got a great color for 90 proof. And doesn't have an age statement on this one though. Ding, you hear that? A little funky on the nose, man. I don't know if I like that. It's not a whole lot to it, but whatever it is already is kind of smells like dirt, man. It's sweet. It's not bad. That is not bad. Justin, so far that we're on the 3rd. So we've gone with a New Riff single barrel. Absolutely, like, just fantastic. Then we went to the Bardstown Origins 6-year. And now we're trying Ammunition, finishing Cabernet cask. 90 proof. It's a little funky on the nose. Here's a weird thing. I kind of thought it was going to be bitter. Like I get off of Knot Creek or Jim Beam. I thought it was going to have a little bit of that bitter oak taste. Don't get much off of this at all. Besides a little bit of, it's mellow. Like a sweet, mellow, not a great finish just because there's not really a finish. And again, it is 90 proof, but I've had 90 proofers that can beat this for sure. I would say if you're trying to introduce someone in the whiskey and they're not sure what flavor profile they're really looking for, this would probably be something to toss in there. It's different. Again, I don't really know how to explain this one just because I don't think I've tasted a whole lot like it. But I don't know. It's not for me. I can tell you that. Ammunition. I do think I've seen this. Is it the one with like the eagle or something flying on the bottle? I'm almost positive. I could see it in my head right now. Jesus, you hear that upstairs? Somebody pick a number 1 through 3. We have box number 1, box number 2, and 3s over there. And I'll just grab a random one. You won the Bowman Brothers. Oh, dude. That is a unicorn for sure. What is that one called? Isn't it Abram something? McBean said 3. I got you. Dude, congrats. That is not a steal because I don't think it's cheap. But the fact that you have one, I don't know if any of my buddies have that one from the Bowman lineup. All right, 3. Dude, I need to get Element in here for this one. Stranahan Snowflake. He waited in line for hours for this one, and he is not a fan. Some people love this year's Stranahan Snowflake distillery only release. So I feel like we gotta wait. McBean, I'm gonna pick another one from 3. The second that Element gets in here, we're trying this one because I know he's gonna want to know my take on this. So let's pick another completely random. Send it to me and I'll dispose. Here we go. Oh. Eagle Rare Fun Junction pick. Okay, so this is an Eagle Rare single barrel, 90 proof, of course. $40 is what he paid for this. That's not bad. Fun Junction. Is that store near you, Dalton? Do you know Fun Junction? Yeah, just throw that bottle away. Just send me your address right before trash day, just so I make sure it gets to the right trash, you know. Wait, there's some water in there. Don't want to water Eagle Rare down any more than it is. Can y'all imagine? I want to enjoy this. I love Eagle Rare. This is my first ever allocated bottle I ever bought was Eagle Rare. Still to this day, I love it. I think it's fantastic. And Eagle Rare picks are kind of hit or miss, so we'll see. Oh, so good. Brands Beverage has a new restore pickup here. Dude, so good. You make me jealous. Oh, that's the store that has the rosé? Rosé was one of my top of the night last night. That was good. This Eagle Rare nose is the best on the nose of the night. I am Chad, yes. It was your first two. I feel like it might be a lot of people's first love when it comes to bourbon, you know? And thankfully, I've been able to find a good bit of Eagle Rare. I still drink Eagle Rare. I enjoy it a lot. Yeah, it's almost like it's too dark to be good in cocktails, which is good. Because, you know, I don't think Eagle Rare deserves to be in a cocktail. It's one of the best whiskeys for $35. In my opinion. 10 years old, too. You're getting the 10-year age dated Buffalo Trace product for under $40. That's what you should be buying it at. It's just so good. This smells amazing. Now I will say this. Oh, it's this one. I've had a couple of Eagle Rare store picks, and they didn't hit as hard or hit as good as the regular small batch Eagle Rare. So this smells way better than the ones I remember. Thornton, we swapped. Yeah, dude, for sure. I'm super down for that. Dalton's in Loveland, Element. We got a lot of people up here in the Colorado area. Here we go. I almost want to try. No, I know. That's a little better than regular Eagle Rare for sure. That's real good. It almost takes out any of the, because it's only 90 proof. Even standard Eagle Rare is only 90 proof. Sorry, I can't talk. But this almost cuts out any of that alcohol flavor or taste that you get. It's gone with this. It's great. Penelope Rosé. Oh, dude, Penelope Rosé is awesome. We had a sample that last night. I was shook. I loved it. It was so good. Very, very good. I love it. Very sweet, though. It's probably the sweetest whiskey I've ever had. So if you don't like sweet whiskey, you're not going to like it. But this is good. This is a good pick. Ooh. You know what, though? I wonder what, because, I don't know. Some people say it's way different from trying it straight from the barrel than it is when you get your bottle. And it is true. I wonder what Eagle Rare tastes like fresh out of a barrel. That's got to be so good. I need to go to Daveco. I want to go to Daveco really bad. What's everybody sipping on right now? A little bit Eagle Rare. I think the winner of the night so far, we're not even close to done. But this New Riff single barrel was really, really impressive. Dude, the Peerless Double Oaked is fantastic. Probably my favorite double oaked expression there is. Yeah. I'm trying to, yeah, that's got to be. There's not a whole crazy lot of double oaks, but technically there is because they just don't market it as double oak. If they finish it in some barrel, finish it in here, it's similar to double oak. I know it's not, but Peerless is great. It's so good. Four Roses LA 23. Oh, that's a pretty banger of a bottle right there. How is it? I don't know many people that have had it that could even speak on it. What's the next number? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Still Austin Cash Ring store pick, amazing. Still Austin is phenomenal. Love their stuff. I was able to try one of their store picks too, and I loved it. Loved it. I ended up going with the regular Cash Ring just because of price at the time, but the store pick was better. Yeah, that Four Roses is that good. Tried the Peerless Rye too. Not a big rye guy, but it's good stuff. I heard that the Peerless Double Oaked Rye is some of the best whiskey on the market. That's what I heard. I also don't understand why it's like $30 more than the bourbon, but that's what I've seen here. Oh yeah, Nulu. I love everything that comes out. I think we have a couple of Nulu samples that Joe gave us too. Let's see what's next. I'll pick one. Larceny Barrel Proof C921. This is one that Joe swears by. 2021 highly rated. That's what he wrote. This is one that Joe said is better than any of the three that released this year. Damn, I didn't know they had an event down there on this weekend. What's the most I would pay for Peerless Double Oak to have it at my local store? I think that's probably the most I would pay. $95, because I paid $87. That's the standard price that I've seen it around town is $87. So if I'm paying $8 extra, I would do it. Yeah. So they're not, whoever that store is, they're not too far off. It's a stretch because there's really no secondary market for Double Oak, I don't think. But 95, yeah, I'd do it. All right. Larceny Barrel Proof C921. I'm a big fan of Larceny. Big fan. Haven't had 21 though. This is around the time I was getting into whiskey real big. 2021. Whoa, that smells awesome. 3 Weller foolproof picks last year. That's crazy. I don't have any Weller foolproof in the cabinet. It's I think I'm gonna have to go in for seconds on this one because off rip. That's really good. I don't know if it's because we're talking about Weller Foolproof, but kind of tastes a good bit like Weller Foolproof to me. I know it's a weeder. However, this is a Heaven Hill Distillery product, which normally is hit or miss. I think all Heaven Hill products are pretty hit or miss, except for Heaven Hill Bottled and Bond, Evan Williams, 1783. The rest are pretty hit and miss. SAS 18 at MSRP. That's crazy. Stag 22 Alpha is one of my favorites, period. One of my favorite ones in the cabinet. I'm sad. I'm almost done with it. Brands Beverage has Weller Foolproof pick right now, but they won't sell to you unless you have a shit ton of points. Oh, yeah. No foolproof, bro. I'll sell you a bottle at MSRP. You'll have 5. Holy crap. I would love a foolproof at MSRP any day. Yeah. The only ones I have is 107. I have one bottle. I've only ever found one. I can get Weller Green Special Reserve pretty easily, and that's it. I don't have any of the rest. Foolproof is one that I've been looking for, though. Personally prefer the Larceny over Elijah Craig barrel proofs. I do too, McBean. C923, that's a different story when it comes to Elijah Craig. That was miles ahead of a lot of things I've had in regards to bourbon. But I agree with you. For the most part, I prefer the Larcenys as well. I like it, Chad. Joe's here. We can get into the sample that we picked. Okay? You're late. It's okay. We're just taking little sips of everything. New Riff Single Barrel, #1 of the night so far. Fantastic. Bardstown Origin, great. Not a crazy fan of this ammunition. It was okay. 90 proofer, it was okay, but then right after we went to an Eagle Rare single. I'm just picking randoms. Went to an Eagle Rare single barrel pick, Fun Junction. Great. Best one I've had from Eagle Rare, but this one still wins. And right now, Larceny C921. I say it tastes a lot like Weller Foolproof to me. And then next, while you were gone, somebody picked something. But I said, we're going to wait for you to get in here. Stranahan Snowflake. That's next. You tried Elijah Craig C923 versus Larceny A123 and preferred Larceny. Oh, dang. You haven't found a Larceny you like yet. I have samples for you that you can try. Maybe you might have tried them. I'm not sure. C921 is money. It's really good. I have a Discord for the channel. It's not that popping. I feel like more people, when it comes to whiskey or anything, type in the Patreon chat anyway. Snowflake. We're getting into the Snowflake, baby. When I picked it, somebody picked the box and I picked it and I was like, oh, we got to wait for Joe on this one. Any of y'all had Stranahan Snowflake before? You had to be at the distillery to get it, or unless you got it on secondary. What's the proof? 94 proof? Joe, how long did you wait in line for this? Tell them. We're in line at 3 a.m. They open at 9. So 6, okay. I like the nose. Ooh, that's real. When you keep it a little bit, keep the schnozzle a little bit away from the glass. It's real sweet, like strawberries. Like seriously, straight up strawberries. It's good. Nope. Ooh. Ew. Ew. Fuck, that's bad. That's bad. Ooh, is it peated? What the hell, dude? Oh, nope. Scotch drinkers would love this. Oh, that's brutal. That has to have some peat in it. And it's not even good peat. Ooh. I was not expecting that. I didn't smell any peat on this at all. Oh. Never heard that note. Dude, I get strawberries on single malts a lot, especially if they aren't peated. I have a Jack Daniels single malt, the ones that you can only get at duty free locations. Phenomenal. I love it. It's like a chocolate covered strawberry. I love the nose on this. Didn't smell any peat. I don't even know if it's peat that I'm getting, but the flavor was terrible. Wow. I'm sorry you waited in line for that, Joe. They finished in a bunch of used barrels. Islay peated. Yep. Snowflake, bro. Ugh. Any of you Scotch drinkers in here? It's not me. I'm going to move these up while we move on. That sample, whoa. Not good. Not good. You know what's crazy? I've had a couple of scotches that I prefer over that, you know? Westward Cash, straight up chocolate coffee. You know, there's some just bangers out there that'll give you the craziest notes in the world. And then just like Snowflake. I don't understand the hyper. I know it's a single malt, but again, we're talking American single malt. To me, it tastes way different than Scotch. We don't use peat in American single malts. Truly, I know they finish it. They didn't use peat, but they finish it in Scotch barrels, and it gives it that nasty taste. I bet if they didn't finish it in those barrels, that would be so good. Pick a number, Joe. 1, 2, or 3. We're picking from box 1, box 2, or box 3. Joe, go ahead and pick a number for the chat. Anybody else got a number? 1, 2, or 3? 2. 2. Both pick 2. Bang. Okay. Boulder Spirits Cash Strength. Fred Minnick's top of 2022. Coming in at 133 proof. I like that sound. 133 proof Boulder Spirits. Please be better than Snowflake. It's going to be. Going back to bourbon after that. Scotchy single malt. Ooh. All right. Dang, Joe. You could have filled... Dude, I think you could have put a little bit more in this one. Just a little bit. I could have used it. Filled that one to the brim. That means either you hate this bottle. There's 3 things. You either hated this bottle, you were either drunk when you poured these, or... No, that's the only 2 options. Or you love this so much you wanted me to have some. Boulder Cask is good. Okay, and this is last year's, 2022. All right. That's in Colorado. Boulder. You were tipsy. Ooh, great nose. Best nose of the night. Again, that's 133 proof whiskey, though. Sometimes it'll just do you. It brings the most out of a whiskey to me. I get people that haven't really dove past 110 proof even. You're going to smell this just straight alcohol, but I get way more fun. Are these single barrels? This one? This just says cash strength bourbon. So maybe just a batch of cash strength. High malt mash bill. Okay. Pretty good. I need to go back for 2 though, coming off of what we just came from. I like the finish a lot. Finish is way better than the palate. I'll give it that. The only negative, I really like this. It sips under, I'll give it the positives first. It sips under 133 proof. The finish on this is like that of a stag. Super rich and flavorful. It's good. Smells awesome. The only negative I have is right before you swallow it, it's bitter. Just a little bit bitter. Like, I let that one sit on my palate for a little bit. It's great when it's sitting there. right when you're about to swallow, just a little bit of a bitter note. That's also why Fred might have ranked this as top. Because, you know, he's I think he spits his whiskey out whenever he does, because he's doing so many of them. But that was really good. Really, really good. People compare it to Stags, and I see why. I do. The finish reminds me a lot of Stag. Now, based on availability, how much this cost, you might be better off buying this than Stag, only because, be real, how often are you going to find Stag at MSRP? So, definitely reminds me of Stag. That's pretty cool that people other than me have said that. I like that. I think New Riff's still taking it for the night. And that was the first pour. Normally, I wouldn't guess first pour is going to be the winner. Let's get another number going, gents. Or ladies, if y'all are in here. Seven whiskeys down. Taking this slow, like I said, not pouring pours like we normally do. Want to be able to taste a lot before we do stuff. Yeah, Boulder's great. Boulder is great. Big fan. Big a fan. Number one. Boom. Penelope Valencia batch. Oh, thank you. Some I know I like. Haven't had batch one. I've only had batch two. I have it on the counter. Love it. Big Penelope Valencia fan. I think it's a Blanton's killer. It is so good. Now, what I'm curious to see, people say they really get that orange peel or orange citrusy note out of batch two. That I don't get at all, personally. Get a lot of caramel, sweet vanilla. So batch one, let's see if we can get that. I don't know if I want it to be super citrusy though, just because I really like the way Valencia is right now. But Penelope Valencia batch one, this is 97 proof. I think batch two is 96 proof. Don't get it on the nose, right off rip at least. Just coat the glass. Even when I'm really trying to search for that orange peel that people get, I just get vanilla. That's a little bit richer in flavor than this year's. This is almost like a sweeter Eagle Rare, if Eagle Rare could get even sweeter. I think batch two is a little lighter, not as dark. Tastes a lot similar, very similar to Blanton's to me. That's what I always compare to. And this, because I don't know, I find that Penelope, even though it's MGP, you get some crazy, crazy notes off of it, and a good bit of their whiskeys taste kind of like Buffalo Trace. This one tastes just rich. I like it. I love it. Penelope is one of my favorite distilleries. I'm be real. And I guess there's some Penelope haters in the world. Didn't know they existed. But then again, there's probably Buffalo Trace haters in the world too. I don't know how you could hate on that or a lot of the things they make. Personally, haven't had a single product from Penelope that was bad. That was just outright bad. I've had plenty of distilleries that are just outright bad. Got to try CYPB over Christmas. Bought home bottle 107. Oh, Buffalo Trace products. They just, I'll tater out for a second. I think they just are too. They do something special at that distillery that makes bourbon what it is. It's one of the oldest distilleries in America. They barely, if at all, change a damn thing about anything. The way they age it, where they age it. Just good. I love Buffalo Trace. And in the industry, whether it be YouTube, it's mostly social media. Because other distilleries aren't gonna, even other, no, I'm lying. Even other distilleries are gonna say, yeah, it's, Buffalo Trace, it's Stag, blah, blah, blah. You compare it to them. You know, you're probably one of the best if people are comparing their shit to you. Or anytime someone's making a YouTube video and they're like, if you like this, if you like Blanton's, you hunt for this instead. Because they're the best. Not Blanton's, just Buffalo Trace. Wellers are meh for me. The ones I like, the only three that I like from the Weller lineup, and I'm only missing the Foolproof. I like Foolproof, 107, and Special Reserve. That's about it. Somebody pick a number 1 through 3. One. Back-to-back oneers. Ooh. Bardstown HB single barrel 6-year bourbon pick. Ooh. Little Bardstown bourbon pick, eh? 120 proof. Another good proof point for me. I love it. What are y'all's preferred proof points? You have a couple 107s. They're the best, just not a big Weller guy. That's fair. I kind of agree. I only like 3 of, and they have a good bit of Wellers. And even still, I think I prefer like a JT Mellick. A couple of other things I'll reach for a little more than the Wellers. I only use Weller Green Label for mixing, though. It's probably the best mixer there is. Be real with you. $110 plus proof, but some lower ones are good. I like that answer. I'm with you on that. Now, I will say some bottled in bonds, pretty awesome. Yeah, JT Mellick is just, it's special. It is so special. For me, it tastes on par with a lot of these bourbons, just very special. Some people say it doesn't taste like a bourbon at all. I think it does. You like it around 110, 115. Okay. Solid. 120, 125. I like that too. I don't know if it's because I've drinking a lot of whiskeys this year and been able to try some crazy stuff. I like my stuff like 120 to hazmat. If you can find a good whiskey that's hazmat level, 140 proof, it's the best. Have one glass of that and it's just going to hit you right. I love it. Anyone here know anything about the Western Reserve? No, never heard of that. $125, 12-year bottle, was told Buffalo Trace juice. What's the proof on that? 12-year-old. I wonder what mash bill they're using if it's Buffalo Trace juice. Rumor has it. I have a bottle of Traveler's whiskey. I don't think he's in right now, but thank you so much for sending me that bottle. The Traveler whiskey, I heard, is rumored to have some Canadian whiskey in it. Just saying. I like Canadian whiskey. I like a good Canadian whiskey, though. There's also some Canadian whiskeys, Crown, that are terrible. Not my cup of tea. But I like, what is it? Alberta Premium Cask Strength Rye. It's one of my favorite ryes. Did I pull something from Buffalo Trace? This smells like Stag. What did I just pull? Oh, Bardstown Single Barrel. Could be Buffalo Trace because they didn't start using their own stuff until recently. And this is 6 years old. I would, Ooh, smells awesome. Smells proofy. It's only 120 though. It's not Buffalo Trace. That is so good though. That's like candy corn / corn. If that makes, you get the grainy corn, but it's so sweet and sugar coated, it tastes like candy corn. This one is damn good. almost a little licorice note on the end, but not black licorice. It's like the red licorice, you know. Good night, Chris. Thank you again so much for joining the Patreon today. Appreciate the hell out of you, bro. A lot of good stuff on there coming up, and already there. Enjoy some of those videos. Patreon only videos, y'all. This is good. Big fan. Definitely not the number one of the night, but it's definitely not last of the night. Let's see how many we've gone through so far. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We only have 89 to go. No, I'm kidding. Can you imagine going through 90 whole samples? Couldn't do it. Inquisitor? I'll just call you Goat. I'm doing great. How are you? Welcome into the live. What do you mean by workout, JT? What do you mean by that? Like lifting weights? Like what are we talking about? Do I look like it? Is that why? Do I look fat? No offense will be taken. I just want to know what you mean. You just waiting for the Cajun cooking videos, dude? You want a Cajun cooking video, McBean? That's a Patreon thing. I will put that on Patreon. Cajun cooking videos. I swear, I need to do that. You're right. What are you sipping on? Anybody sipping on anything? Yeah, lift. I know you look good. I don't lift. If I do any sort of working out, mostly it's cardio. Be real with you. I never was really into lifting weights. I thought I was for like 9 months straight. I really was into it. And I don't know. And also with my freaking schedule, I just couldn't get into it. You know what I mean? I don't know. 12-hour shifts are pretty rough, but I plan on getting back into it. Thank you though. Thank you for that. You're my new sub on YouTube or Patreon? Which one? C923? Classic. Somebody pick a number 1 through 3. We're going to pick I can't even see the samples. Random sample from one of the bucks. First person to give me a number. Thank you for subbing on YouTube, man. Number 3. All right, we're going to pick from box number 3. Caleb, I love you, man. Okay. You picked me something so special. Benchmark foolproof, baby. Yes, sir. $23, 125 proof. Some of my favorite. Okay. Love Benchmark foolproof. Joe gave me a sample. Shout out to Joe. And shout out to you for picking this. Had to look back at a picture I took of the Western Reserve. It says, okay, so 100 proof. Ooh, I don't know, man. I think I'd have to try it before I spend $100+. I have one on the way, Dalton. Dalton, I can't wait. You should try this side by side. If you have a Stag, try it side by side. It ain't that much different. People could say what they want all day long. It ain't that much different. Let's get this out. Let's get this junk out of here. Ain't nothing's gonna beat this, right? What if he has a bad bottle? God, I love me some Benchmark foolproof, dude. Absolutely love it. I'm sorry for your loss, Goat. Or it's Ghost. I've been saying Goat. I apologize for that. Sorry for your loss, though. I still think it's crazy you pinch Benchmark. Hey, oh shit. I know. Trust me. I picked it over E.H. Taylor Barrel Proof. I picked it over everything in the Buffalo Trace lineup that I own. I was stunned. That's, the only thing that is a negative to this, and I haven't tasted it yet, the only thing that would be a negative per se, it's a little sharp on the nose. Yeah, this one's sharp. Dude, this is number one on the night. Not even bullshitting you guys. Right after that's that new riff. That new riff is banging. But I'm telling you, if you wouldn't smell this, that's the only thing that might give it away. It's not as sweet and brown sugar as Stag, but the flavor profile, I'm telling you it's there. I'm telling you it's there. Benchmark single barrels are my second favorite in the lineup. The reason being, they're under $30. Hell, I think under $25. They are the same mash bill. Quote me, please tell me if I'm wrong. I'm almost positive they're the same mash bill as Blanton's, and I've had a couple of Benchmark single barrels that are better than some of the Blantons I bought. And I promise you, you take a Benchmark single barrel, pour that into an empty Blanton's, and give it to people. They're gonna tell you, dude, I love Blanton's. This shit is so good. It's the same shit, dude. I really like them. I like them. The only difference too, when you really think about it, is if it's the same exact mash bill, they might age it a little less longer. Who knows? But they're probably not in warehouse age. That's probably the only difference. That's what's crazy is blends all comes from one warehouse, because it's a story. It's I want to say gimmicky, but it's not a gimmick. That's where Colonel Blanton used to pull his barrels that he preferred was from warehouse H. But they've built so many warehouses since then. There might be a warehouse that's better than warehouse H. Who knows? But single barrel is up there. That's probably number 2 for me. I want to try top floor. I've never had top floor. I heard top floor is pretty good. So good. Let's see, let's go 2 more. 2 more. One person give me a number, another person give me a number. Two more samples on the gnat. Number 3. I've never had Blood Oath. Dude, McBean, you're on a fucking roll, man. Blood Oath, pack 9. $130. Blood Oath, all right. And then we got number 2. Smoke Wagon Malted Rye. I think that's 2 pretty heavy hitters. I'm going to start with, let's go with the lower proof. Let's go with the Blood Oath pack 9. Valencia batch 1 was great, Joe. Since Valencia, we've had Bardstown single barrel 6-year bourbon. This was phenomenal. Very good. And then somebody pulled Benchmark Foolproof. Also phenomenal. Now we have Blood Oath. I've never had a Blood Oath before. I think the packaging is awesome on Blood Oaths. Everything they do, like in regards to marketing, looks great. Now, what's really cool is this is finished in Oloroso Sherry Cask. I've had single malts that are finished in Oloroso Sherry Cask, and I love them. Never had a bourbon finished in it. Let's get into this. Blood Oath Pack 9. First time trying it. Any Blood Oath. We're doing 2 more. This being number 1. Not crazy on the nose. Being honest with you. Ooh, it's a little funky. Where's Blood Oath come from? Which distillery produces it? This smells like a malt. A single malt. You know what? That could be because what's it called? That could be because I was just talking about this could be the Oloroso Sherry Cask. Not that good. Sorry, not that good. I'll tell you what, Joe. This is almost the same proof, a little higher proof than the Jack Daniels one that I have, the single malt. I think I prefer the single malt in that sherry Oloroso sherry or Oloroso sherry cask over this Blood Oath Pack 9. To be real with you, this isn't my cup of jam, my cup of tea. It'd be better if it was a single malt. I don't think it pairs that well with that barrel that they're finishing in. I feel like if you were to finish in that barrel, it'd be good on its own. What do you think, Joe? Yeah, $130 worth? Hell no. Because you remember the Jack Daniels sample I gave you, it was finished in these same. I think that was miles ahead of this. I really do. To be fair, it was $80, but that's still almost half the price of this. This one's okay. Now, I do think you have another Blood Oath in here that we'll get to another day. So far, it was okay. Naomi. Oh, dude, those are cool. What are those little emote thingies? Stickers? Hello. That Jack LaRosa. Yeah. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think that might be the worst of the night for me. Um, yeah. Also, that's why I use a towel, by the way, so I can. All right, last one of the night. Smoke Wagon Malted Rye Batch 116 proof. Last one of the night, but guess what? I'm not done for the night. This is just the last one on YouTube, okay? I'm going to be playing some video games with my boy Element. And if you on here that want to watch that, we're going to be playing on Twitch. I stream on Twitch as well. Whiskey on Twitch. Check that out. And I'm going to go back to back. Last night I said I was going back. I didn't. Tonight we're going from this stream to Twitch stream. But let's get into this Smoke Wagon. Last couple Blood Oaths, they're okay. Yeah, that makes me so sad. I love the packaging and everything, and people were hyping up Blood Oath. People love Blood Oath. Just wasn't a fan. That's the first time I had it. Whiskey on Twitch. Look at my boy. Drop a follow on there as well. Last sample of the night on YouTube. This will be number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12th sample of the night. We got through a lot. I like this stop. Could pace myself a little bit more, not have to pour heavy pours. Whoa, that's smoky. Made Minnick's top 100. Dang. Again, I think it's because he's spitting his whiskey out. But the dude's a pro, let's be real. He's a pro. He's better than I am. He knows what to taste for, but I think the finish has a lot to do with the whiskey. Ooh, I don't know how. I don't like this nose at all. At all. Smoke Wagon Malted Rye. It doesn't smell like a rye. This almost smells scotchy to me. And I like Smoke Wagon, but this smells scotchy. Not a fan of the nose. Least favorite nose of the night is this one. Whoa, wait. This tastes like such a familiar taste, and I don't know what it is. On the initial palate, was not a fan. When I swallowed it, it just tastes like familiar. Like it's not celery. It is like a vegetable note. Let me go the wait. This might be another one that's one of the most unique. What am I saying, guys? Oh my god, one of the most unique whiskeys I've ever had. Very complex, very different. Not saying it's complex in a great way. It is. Celery is a bizarre tasting note to have. Right on the palate, though, I'll say this: Expo marker. No, I've never tasted an Expo marker, but you know what it smells like. That's what it tastes like initially. Not that great. When you swallow it, though, there's something, and I'm gonna pick it up. I'm gonna pick this up. I don't care if I have to go through a whole sample, dude. It's a vegetable note, and I don't know. Maybe it's not vegetable, but it's something, dude. Is it carrots? Is it celery? I don't know, and I don't hate it. That's the weird thing. I almost would, dude. Do people make Bloody Marys with bourbon or with whiskey? This isn't a bourbon. This is a rye. Do people make Bloody Mary? What are they called? Guarantee you this will taste like this. I'll tell you this right now, Joe. The New Riff single malt rye that I've tasted blows this away. Yeah, look, at the same time, right when you typed it. I see where you're going with basil. It's not quite basil. I'm telling you, I want to say it's carrots and ranch. Carrots dipped in ranch, baby. That's what it is. It's carrots dipped in mother sucking ranch, bro. Get you some Hidden Valley Ranch. Dip you a fresh cut carrot. That's what this is. And it's so weird. Why does a bourbon taste like this? It's carrots and ranch. Not kidding, dude. I'm not trying to get. It's carrots and ranch. That's what it is. And can I be honest with? Let me be completely honest with every single one of you in here. I don't hate it. I don't hate it. Carrots, it literally tastes like carrots dipped in ranch with some Expo marker thrown in there. Like you drained an Expo marker. Why don't I hate? I don't know, but I'm also the same person that kind of like George Dickel Tabasco. You know what I mean? I'll tell you what, would never buy this, but if I was gifted a bottle of this, would indulge in it, would love it, would share it with people all the time. It's unique. I want this on my cabinet now. Maybe I will buy it. If it's under $60, I'll buy it, which I doubt. Smoke Wagon's a little pricey, but I will say, if it's under 60 bucks, I'm buying it. You want carrots and ranch? No need to get carrots and ranch. Just go to the closest liquor store and get you some Smoke Wagon single malt rye. Malted rye, sorry, not single malt. Dude, I'm telling you, this is part 2. We have plenty more to go of us tasting these. Now look, this was the last sample on YouTube. Go right now on Twitch. Follow me on Twitch, twitch.com/Whiskier, or if you have the app, type in Whiskier, same name here. I'm literally going to press the X here, turn the PlayStation on. I have a camera, cool light set up. We're going to be streaming on there, playing some games with Element. It's going to be a good time. We're going to continue playing some games, talking bourbons and whiskeys. We just went through 12 samples tonight, okay? Thank you. Wait, you subbed or you followed? You'd be crazy. If I get on there and I see that you subbed, you're wild. All right, Caleb, we'll see you on there, hopefully. We'll see you. And hopefully, let's see all of you on there, as many of you as we can, because Twitch is fun, dude. That's where we just be bullshitting, playing some games. So thank you so much for watching this live. I will be back on for most of the week doing these lives here on YouTube. Have a great night.